The following program contains adult language, descriptions of fantasy violence, and a general lack of skill, talent, and quality. Audience discretion is advised.
Last time on Party of 5e.
Without skipping a step, it's like you're just walking and then you kind of just bump into a wall. Behind you, there is just this brilliant white light. As you start walking towards the light, you start to kind of slow down.
It's part of the staff.
Once you get within 5 feet, you stop.
I want to look around the room and look at the different pillars and if there's anything on the walls.
Behind this pillar, you see a torch on the wall. There's a sconce on the wall, and you see a torch.
Yeah, you see Aust just holding these 3 unlit torches, like really puzzled. Like, could have swore that was going to do something, but...
Why would we need torches in a room filled with light?
And now, the continuation.
Lukthaen, we've discovered torches, which seem to be somehow unhindered and seemingly unnecessary in a room filled with light, but the torches themselves seem fine. Have we been able to glean anything further from this?
If he communicates that to me, I would have 2 thoughts. I'd say, Fail, am I generating a shadow?
Of course, just to verify, he'll kind of peek around the pillar and see, just absolutely that harsh shadow of you now, being so close to that light. Now it's just kind of just projecting like all the way back.
My shadow might protect someone from further approaching the light. Just one thought. The other thought is maybe the wielder of a torch can approach the staff piece by some magics. It's worth a try.
So you're recommending someone behind you carry the torch by way of your shadow?
At least as far as it'll get them, yes.
Interesting. And Sir Aust, you said previously you saw the flame in each of these other areas as well?
Yes, indeed.
All within shadow. Curious. Not to hog everything. What are you guys? So Fael mentions to you guys. Lukthaen thinks that perhaps someone following in his shadow with the torch, there might be some kind of advantage to that as well. What does everyone else think?
Nothing else seems to be working, so I'll make my way back around to Lukthaen's shadow and then try to walk up the shadow. Okay, and so you're going to take the torch?
Yeah,
I'll take one of the torches. I'll leave the other 2 torches with
Cool. Yeah. So you guys go ahead and make your way kind of back to the beginning. Try to line up behind Lukthaen. So you take that torch and you go line up in that shadow behind Lukthaen. Tell me what you're trying to do. What are you doing with the torch, and how are you kind of trying to make your way?
Well, so first I'm gonna just try to hunch in the shadow as much as possible.
Sure.
And see if I can approach in relief of the, I guess, light weight of it all. Weight of the light.
Yes, as you approach...
well, first, actually, before I get behind, if I have the lit torch and I'm walking between the pillars, do I feel a relief from any of the pressure holding the torch?
How are you... So...
Because you mentioned that, just walking from pillar to pillar, we could feel the pressure.
Correct.
So if I have a lit torch,
right,
am I feeling any of that pressure with the lit torch?
You can you can still kind of feel that change, right? Since this light is so overpowering, right? But I will say, you've done it a couple times already. And you probably have it figured out, or at least you familiar enough to where with the lit torch, as you kind of go between shadow and light, it doesn't feel as strong. You can still feel that change, but now that you're carrying this torch, and probably as you would a torch, kind of somewhat out in front of you, you are kind of feeling that difference. It's not as bad as you're kind of going, but you feel it. It's just not as overwhelming. Okay, so
that we're watching as well. What's happening with the flame? Is there any change there?
From the flame, you don't. It flickers as it would as you're passing through, right? As you're walking with it. But if you were actually looking directly at it, you probably wouldn't notice anything different other than the actual carrying and passing through the air. So no, you're not necessarily noticing anything different. So as you get to the shadow directly behind Lukthaen, you have that torch. You start walking within that shadow, and you start kind of crouching down a little bit, and you're kind of right. Again, you're within that shadow, right? You don't feel that pressure. You don't feel that weight on you as long as you're standing within that shadow. Obviously, however, Lukthaen's probably a little smaller than you, so you start running out of shadow kind of quick. Once you start kind of getting closer and closer, you can still feel that weight, but you're definitely not as hindered as Lukthaen was directly. And as you start to approach Lukthaen with that light, right, you start seeing that illumination of the flame against Lukthaen, and as he is getting closer to you, you can start to feel like that warmth from the flame itself, and you can almost start to feel kind of like that relief of pressure yourself. And I'm not sure if you're reaching or anything, but you can start to feel like you can move. You feel that relief coming off of your back,
and I can move forward.
And you're starting to move forward as he's moving closer with that torch to you. You're able to kind of you're not tensed up anymore, and you're able to start moving a little bit. You're pretty close. As you feel that, what do you?
I would call out, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, and I'm gonna try to
reach out for the thing that you're able to see. As soon as Sir Aust gets up to essentially up to your back with the flame, you've nearly complete freedom of movement, and you're able to reach out and grab that piece of the staff. When that happens, it's like as soon as you grab it, all of that light, it's just gone, right? It's immediately, and then you're right. You had such force, and everyone just topples forward. For everyone who doesn't have a torch, it's pretty fucking dark in here now because now there's no light. There is, so yes, it goes almost completely dark, save for the torch that you have, and now the flame that you have. And now you have a piece of the another piece of the dragon collar. So once that happens, this pillar in the center, that was in the center, it kind of starts to rotate and kind of spiral downward, and kind of opens up this little what's the word? Hatch, something, and it looks like there's little spiral stairs that kind of lead downward. So Aust, you guys are right there. You notice, you have the light. You're able to see this pillar just kind of spirals downward, and it's almost like it just spirals down and creates this spiral staircase down. And what would you like to do now at this point?
So I'm just gonna call out to them to say, friends, there's a stairwell down here. Light your torches and let's go.
Yeah, so I realized that one of my traits is umbral sight, so I can definitely see 60 feet. Sorry, guys.
60 feet into what?
It's been a umbral sight. I have dark vision for 60 feet. That was totally my bad. Rusty as fuck.
Right.
Here we are.
Hey guys, it turns out I had this the whole
I
time.
can see just fine. Yeah, sorry.
I got it. Don't worry about me.
I can actually see the staircase too. So
Just because I'm a human doesn't mean I can't see things, okay?
I thought I couldn't. That was my bad. I should have known. Oh shh.
Yeah, I did. I never linked. I was like, I always trusted you.
Well, that'll get you.
But I still keep the flame. And I'll start walking towards them.
Okay.
Cool.
I do remove my blindfold, by the way.
Yes, very good. Good call. Oh yeah, now that it's pleasantly dark for you.
Draw vibes.
Yeah, definitely. So yes, you remove your blindfold. You create flame. You have your torch. Everyone gathers up in the middle. What are we gonna do now?
I'm heading down the
Make our way
stairwell.
down.
Cool.
Yes.
As you make your way down the steps, you get probably a few steps in. Everyone kind of starts making their way in there. As soon as everyone is within the stairwell, it collapses. No, I'm kidding. That's not as fun. And you all die. Campaign's over.
Party of no.
No, but as soon as you guys get there, very similarly as it just so happens, boing, and you guys just kind of pop out of existence here, and back to that clearing in the woods that you had originally brought you into this whole.
So many episodes ago.
So many episodes ago. I think it was the beginning of the last episode.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I was under the impression too.
That was beep months ago.
Sessions ago. You guys pop into existence in that clearing in the woods where you guys had left your horses. You just kind of pop right up, and if you weren't really paying attention before, probably weren't. Again, the horses you guys had, they're just chilling there. They're grazing on whatever foliage is around, plenty of it. You would probably suspect that you popped back in almost immediately, as if you popped back, had popped out, right? So from the horse's perspective, you popped out and then you popped in a slightly different orientation with a stick in your hand.
So I was actually thinking along those lines when you initially described the phenomenon of the weight that I was feeling, I almost especially my character was almost perceiving it as like a slowing of time, less so than
That's
extreme force of gravity.
Right.
But I again, time wizard, I'm hypersensitive to that kind of thing. So am I able to pick up on that at all? That that leaf was right there when we
Yeah, good call. I think because of that, you would almost definitely realize it's like we were just
the sun's in the same position in
the
sky.
Precisely. I would totally give you that. Yeah, it's that thing I was looking at before we popped out of existence is still right where I was when I was looking at it. You know what I mean? That one branch is still kind of shimmering in the wind in the same fashion. The sun is in the exact same place. Must be. So yes, you specifically would surmise that you just kind of popped in and out, and the horse was like, "What's up, guys? What are you doing?"
That ordeal did not take us any time, and I mean that in the literal sense.
I feel like that makes. Well, because didn't I track and lead us through here too? So there would be some kind
What was
of
the
knowing. Because didn't I lead into the
I
forest
think so.
Yeah.
for the?
So she was hyper aware of
Yeah.
things.
No,
So yeah,
everything kind of looks the
that's
same.
very.
as if no time is as if almost no time has passed at all. So Fayal just kind of, as all you guys are kind of shaking your head, kind of getting out of like, what the hell just happened? Fayal is able to, looks over to you and sees you have the piece of the staff. It's like, Lukthaen, you were able to retrieve the piece of the staff. May I please? So he takes it from you and, Fox, the other end of the staff, please.
Yes.
So we have the top
and the crown.
So you have the top piece and the bottom piece.
Yes.
So he takes the bottom piece from you. It's like I believe it's these two that should go together. So he starts to kind of put them together, and he kind of lines them up. It's not like perfectly smooth. There's like a little bit of a jagged edge on each side, and he kind of twists it around until it kind of finally finds the right purchase, and just kind of locks in. And then you see this from where it locks together. You see this kind of this light. This light begins to emanate from it. The now probably 2.5 foot section starts to kind of glow and emanate from it. And then as Fayal is holding it, it's almost like it's you could see like this force kind of like forcing his grip a little heavier onto it. This light starts to kind of go through his arm and starts to kind of surround him, and this light kind of overcomes him. This light kind of starts off as like kind of a orangey yellowish light, and then as it surrounds him, it starts to turn to this purplish color as it fully starts to envelop him. The light from him now is becoming overwhelming, and you guys are having a hard time looking at it. You have to look away ever so slightly. Right? Right? It's still fresh, right? It's still here. It's like,
I'm holding on to this thing. I feel like I'm gonna need it.
Or it's just like a little mask you put up on your phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just this overwhelming light, and it overcomes him, and then in a flash, the light dissipates, and you're kind of able to shake it off a little bit. Your eyes start to adjust, and then you see Fayal here. He seems to be, so he's still here. Like, oh my god, he's not dead. Oh my god.
Fayal with facial hair.
Right. But I mean, not too far off. You're able, after this jolt of energy, you're looking at him, and he definitely looks not as small as he was previously. In fact, he looks a little bigger, a little. Maybe he's had a little bit of a growth spurt, perhaps. So what all would you like to do in that moment? So he's just kind of sitting there. He's kind of stunned a little bit himself. He's still hanging on to that section of staff, and he's just kind of looking around. He's looking at himself. His clothes are maybe a little tighter than they were before. What all would you like to do at this point?
He only attached one of the pieces, correct?
Say again?
Did he only attach one of the pieces?
Yeah, it's two pieces together that you already, the one you just got, and one of the ones you already had. One of the other one you have probably doesn't fit together at this point yet. So just these two so far.
Okay.
Fayal, how are you feeling?
And he's kind of looking. He's kind of shaking it off and looks at each of you, and I feel taller.
Very astute.
All right. So he's able to kind of shake it off a little bit. He's still kind of looking at himself, and he's able to kind of use that almost as like a short little walking stick. He's able to kind of brace himself a little bit with it. And he kind of looks around, and it's like, well, we have, and you can kind of see he's still kind of recovering from it. Like we certainly have more ahead of us. So I believe we should be getting on our way. And so as he kind of picks up this section of staff, normally he would kind of use one of the pieces and kind of do like a spin the bottle type thing, and it would point us in the direction that you needed to go. But now he takes this piece of the staff and he really just kind of holds it up into the air, and then this purple beam just kind of comes from it, and it almost like a laser pointer. It just boom, it just kind of shows him which direction that you all need to go. And from where you came before, from the road that you all came, it's kind of leading you kind of in that parallel direction from the road that you guys came off of previously. So yes, he's using the staff. It's almost like a laser pointer that you can actually see, and it's just like emanating in that direction. It's like, well, I believe that is the direction we now must go. What say you all, friends?
Let's go.
All right. So as he kind of brings it down, that beam kind of dissipates. So we're just going to saddle up. Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you saddle up and you head towards back towards the road, and then you start continuing in the direction to the north. All right. So you all have ponied up, and you've made your way out of the woods and back to the road. You've began heading in the direction that Fayal pointed out, with the newly combined section of the Dragon Collar. And you are heading up this road to the north. After probably a few hours ride, it's getting close to the sun is beginning to set. Right, you're not quite there yet, but you get to the, as it were, the end of this road, and then you get to this point in the road where it heads. It kind of does a T shape, and it goes farther west or farther east. To the north, however, it kind of stops and goes into the woods. And Fail kind of double checks his purple beam, says which way it's asking for us to go, and it points us farther down in this direction, past or in through or past the woods. Most of you all would know, probably everyone except for Lukthaen, given his sheltered lifestyle on this plane. Most of you all know you have come, or you're very near to Lake Lithos, which is it's a Great Lake style lake. It is many miles across and many miles, twice as many minis, in length. So it's definitely a Great Lake style kind of lake. Some of you probably know that there are certain docks and piers around the coast of the lake that take things to and from across, because in a lot of ways it's just faster to go across and have to walk all the fucking around, right? So many of you, so at least three out of the 5 of you know that you're getting close to this, right? You're starting to smell that sea-like air, and that kind of, you're getting that dampness in the air, and as you're getting closer to as you're getting closer to that body of water, this road stops, and if you go any farther, you'll probably get to the beach of this lake itself. But many of you also know that there probably aren't, because there's no road, there probably isn't a dock or a pier in this direction. But it is getting a little late. The sun is beginning to set. But what all would you like to do now at this juncture?
Are there any signs that say there's a town on either side of the lake, or what each direction says?
From here, no. I think it's just kind of a common thing that, once you get this, once you get to this point, you know you either know to go that way or you need to go this way. Mm-hmm. Because, any farther, you're just going to hit the lake itself, and and unless you want to just cross the lake yourself somehow, you could probably make out little footpaths and stuff where people have just decided to walk through there or whatever. But this is one of those less developed areas of the land where if you're at this point, you probably know where you need to go. So you don't see any proper signage or anything at this point. Mm. But with that being said, however,
I guess I'm just wondering with the timing, right? Like, are we going to be camping out, or are we going to be like hitting a little?
Yeah, no, definitely, and that's what I was going to say. Like you three definitely would know that you're probably not going to get anywhere, like any major towns before bedtime. Before night falls. Aust. You know specifically that your uncle's kingdom is probably a day or two travel to the west from here. You all probably know that there is, you guys would probably realize it is also there, but Aust knows, like, that's my family's place. You all would also know that, again, if you were to go east, there are other towns and other settlements along the way as well. Just from where you are presently and the time it took you to get here, you probably wouldn't get all the way to one of those places at this time.
Right. So the lake is north of us?
Correct. From where you are, yeah.
Right.
So I keep meaning to... I have a map. It's just like this, you know what I mean? So it doesn't look very good. But yeah, it's this lake is like it's a Lake Superior looking lake. It's really, you know what I mean? It kind of mirrors the actual perimeter of this peninsula. It looks like it's just the inverse of the land of Lithos itself. You would know if you were looking at a map. You would know that it's a huge lake. You're almost smack dab in the middle. So. Based on where Fael is pointing, it's somewhere that way. At least across the distance of the lake. I just said that. In that direction, that you would be, if you were to just beeline it, you would just walk into a lake.
Right.
No docks, no nothing.
Yeah, with nothing.
From specifically this point, that is not the case. So what all would you like to do now?
Just say it. I got a little place in Lake Lithos. Just say it.
My uncle has the place.
Has a little place in Lake Lithos. Just say it.
But yeah, there are, if you were to go around the coast of the lake, yeah, there are numerous kind of little port towns and stuff like that throughout.
Yeah. Well, that's what I would think. If we're going to be camping out here, there's not going to be a dock. We're still going to have to travel to one of these towns. So why don't we just go in one of the directions?
Which direction would you like to go?
Good question, Luke. Since you haven't seen these before. Anybody else have
anybody familiar with the area?
You're all familiar, so what would you like to know?
So would I know that this is his?
You probably wouldn't know that it's his, but given your journey, you probably wouldn't have necessarily encountered it. You would probably know about it.
Yeah.
You probably haven't gone there yourself.
Yeah.
You probably haven't dealt with anyone from there. But because you and your crew have been kind of all over the place, you know that place is there.
It exists.
You actually probably wouldn't realize that or even make that connection. You just know, you just probably heard there's some castle and large parcels of land that belong to a person out there. But you're probably more familiar with things to the east. You kind of know everything. Not know everything, but you're aware of lots of things in the area. You are probably more familiar with things to the west, and you're probably not familiar with any yet because you've never been here.
Okay, well then my vote is to go east. I feel like if we go west, it feels like we're kind of trespassing or something. It's just a weird vibe over there.
Yes, I agree. Let's go east.
Okay. Anybody else? Good.
Cool.
For an adventure.
I will go east. Yes. Yes,
I will
that
follow.
sounds like a good plan.
We should find a good place to camp for the evening, though. I don't think we're making it anywhere tonight.
Well, can we kind of
Mosey?
mosey? Yeah. See how far we get.
Let's mosey.
Okay.
Okay, so you all mosey to the east. I'm
Yes.
gathering that was the consensus. All right, so you mosey to the east. As you all make your way kind of farther down the east coast of this lake, just for argument's sake, every now and then, Fail will kind of check. It still seems to be kind of it always seems to be across the lake. You guys probably make it a few more miles before it's getting dark. But even right before then, it always seems like it's going to the lake. Okay. So we get to evening time. What all would we like to do at this point?
I guess we can get off the road and find somewhere to camp for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound good? Everybody?
Okay.
Feel better about being closer.
Yeah.
But-
Cool.
Okay.
So obviously you're this is this your favorite terrain? I think it is.
In the forest.
Yeah. So you probably will go ahead and guide them into a nice cozy spot within the forest. Obviously, well, not obviously actually. Which direction? So if you're heading down the road, you're heading east. At this point, that means the lake is to your left. More land and land and land is to your right. There's forest on both sides, which pick a side of the road. Is this an England type thing where you're on the left side? Is this a US type thing? You're on the right side, going that way. Closer to the water, farther from the water.
Closer to the water?
I think
You
so.
know? Been a little while. I think it'd be nice. Does wonders for the skin. Sciences,
And that's one less side we have to worry about, I think.
Cool.
Hopefully.
Okay, so you
Because
go.
nothing lives in the water.
Yeah, nothing.
That's impossible.
Anyway, I don't think.
Cool. So you all kind of make your way farther, and not much. It's not like you go another couple miles. And in fact, if you're quiet enough, if you listen enough, you could probably hear the water from where you are. So it's probably, maybe a couple hundred yards from about where you are. So you, again, knowing this land, knowing this terrain very well, kind of make yourself, or make your way into the forest, away from the road, closer to the lake. You find a nice cozy spot. Maybe the ground is a little softer, probably from the dampness of the water nearby. You guys all find a nice cozy spot to camp for the evening. What would we like to do? Anything before bed? Any downtime activities? I know Luke likes to stay up late and wake up with everyone rather than wake up early. Any particular that we would like to do before hitting the sack?
I mean, can we go down and just peer out to the lake and
Sure.
see what we see on the
Yeah.
sides or out there?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you make your way down. You probably just kind of make a nice little path through to you get to the edge of the lake. This area of the lake, there's not a beach per se. You know what I mean? There's not like a sand or anything, but you start getting the trees kind of start kind of falling out a little bit. There's a little bit of kind of a muddy terrain before it actually starts touching the water. So from where you are, it's still very foresty, you know what I mean? There's still lots of trees on each side of you, and you start getting to the lake. You look at the lake, looking across the lake, that's all you see is water, right? You can't see across it from where you are. And from where you are with the brush and the trees, you probably couldn't necessarily, not by looking, you probably couldn't tell how far away you are from the next dock or pier, like actually.
Do we see any lights across the water?
No, not across. You can't see anything.
Or like any along the shoreline or anything like that?
No, from where you are, there is, again, this is Great Lake style. It's like you see horizon. It's just water, so you don't see anything directly across. And as you try to look somewhat down the coastline, I mean, maybe if you if you look hard enough, you might see like a little personal kind of little shipping dock, fishing dock or something like that, or just a couple of personal boats. But from here you don't see anything.
Okay. Something catches Lukthaen, and he just has this silly grin on his face all of a sudden. And he says something to Rom. And Rom shoots off where I guess we're all kind of just looking over the lake. Rom shoots off and is keeping a very low profile, and his little eagle legs are skimming the water.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Lukthaen, he looks at you and is just this weird smirk on his face, and he starts gesturing, and he expands his arms, and then he shoots off across the lake.
What?
I cast the spell Fly on myself.
Okay.
And for no other reason than just childlike sense of escapism.
Yeah.
It's just gonna follow Rom out off and cross into the lake.
Okay.
And just catch the breeze and get swallowed whole by a sea creature. But whatever happens.
Spoil it.
Yeah. Won't go too far out.
Yeah.
Maybe a few hundred feet, and then we'll come back up and then return to the coast.
Your little toesies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gently settle back. That was lovely.
That was something.
Yes, I've.
First time at a lake.
Yeah. Yes. First time flying too.
Wow.
He looks like a pro.
Lots of firsts today.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're totally able to do that. You have this childlike glee upon your face as you're kind of, making your lap, out over the water and back in. You and you probably catch that same kind of emotion from Rom as well. He's probably seen, he's probably literally seen probably a little bit more because he's able to fly around. But yeah, nothing like this. This is a new experience for both of you, and you're able to do it together. So yeah, you guys are near a lake, and you guys gonna just hole up and camp out for the evening near the water. Cool.
I think when my senses get the better of me, realizing that I have this high level magic affecting me, I'm going to fly up and just get a general survey, looking for anything weird, out of place, potentially dangerous.
Of course.
In our general vicinity.
Got it. So yeah, you probably, you kind of launch yourself up a little bit. About how far you think you're?
Probably a couple hundred feet before I start to get a little queasy. And air sick.
Totally. Cool. Yeah. So you, you shoot your way up. You go. couple hundred feet. Yeah. Maybe not. Okay.
We used to be a children's show.
Yeah.
Like episode 0.
We were never a children's show. Absolutely never. But no. Yeah. You fly up a few hundred feet. You see, obviously you're starting to see the tops of trees. You're starting to see like the little roadway as it kind of goes farther off to the east. If you look, you see it go farther off in the west. Probably, I'm not really sure how perspective and trajectory works, but probably several miles down along the coast, you start seeing, a dock or a pier or two. In depending on how high you get, you probably start seeing a little bit more development along the coast, but kind of much farther down. So,
are we able to initiate telepathic communication with Fael, or does he have to?
Yeah, if he's not like directly contacting you, he's not just gonna catch it.
Okay.
Because for the most part, he has been communicating with you telepathically, and most of you guys have been just speaking your answers. Mm-hmm. So he hasn't been kind of like,
okay,
you know what I mean? He hasn't been like monitoring everyone's brains. It's like, oh, you're talking to me? Is that me? No, cool. You know what I mean? So he would probably make that connection, just for an invasion of privacy type thing. He just it's in his terms of service agreement. It's like, hey, I'm not going to monitor constantly. I only have to establish contact. But
I'm gonna dip back down, and I'm gonna ask Fael if does the beam of light only work when you control the staff?
That is a curious question. I am unsure. Of course. So he hands it to you, and
go like this.
You just go like that, like holding a mag light. Hey,
Lord, damn it! Flashbacks of the dad I never had.
So when you use the staff, in that way, why don't you go ahead and give me an Arcana check?
Sure.
We have rolled very little this game.
Doing Arcana.
I almost feel bad because everyone's got new dice and stuff, so it's like, oh, guess I don't need them.
Yeah, that'll do her. 21.
Nice. So you can definitely feel, the magical presence. It's obviously a very powerful item, but when you try to use it in that way, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do the same thing.
Sorry.
It's okay. So to your original query, when you use it in that manner, it doesn't work the same way. But you, again, with your obviously sensitivity to magic, and you're able to kind of, it's still a powerful artifact. It's just not doing what you want it to at that particular time.
How much does Fael weigh?
Probably a good amount now. That is a great question. Probably at least over 100 pounds by now.
Well, I need you to tell me exactly, I guess, because that was closer than I thought it was going to be to the number that you need to hit.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see. How much does a dragonborn weigh?
Adolescent dragonborn.
I mean, heavy. Definitely heavy. So, if we were to believe what the interwebs says, an average adult dragonborn is 250.
Mm-hmm.
So probably at least half that by now, at least 125.
I needed you to say 119 or less.
Sorry.
So close.
My bad.
Yeah.
Drop those ill-fitting clothes.
He's all offended. You calling me fat?
I was gonna hoist him into the air and let him shoot the beam.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay.
Sorry.
You probably already know.